Imagine this chilling scene. The man who once commanded the fate of nations, who rode triumphantly through the gates of Vienna and Moscow after crushing coalitions at Austerlitz and Jena, who crowned himself emperor in front of a trembling pope in Notre-Dame, now reduced to a frail, emaciated figure in a dimly lit, damp bedroom on a remote volcanic island. His once powerful frame, which had dictated terms to kings and emperors, is now a wreck, skin hanging loose like ill-fitting parchment over protruding bones, his legs swollen and discolored purple-black from severe edema that made walking impossible for months. His abdomen distends grotesquely from trapped gas and fluid, while sharp, unrelenting pain twists inside like a red-hot knife carving through his guts. He vomits dark, grainy, coffee-ground blood that clots thickly on the sheets, evidence of massive internal bleeding from eroded ulcers. Incessant hiccups jolt his body every few seconds for hours on end, each one a fresh wave of torture that exhausts his diaphragm and leaves him gasping. In delirium, he mutters fragments of glory, phantom orders to armies that no longer exist. Tête d'armée, the name of his beloved Josephine who died years earlier in faraway France, pleas for his unseen son, the King of Rome, whom he never truly held as an emperor in exile. The room reeks of sickness, mercury-laced medicines, stale vomit, and the metallic tang of blood mixed with the ever-present mold and damp of the island. Candles flicker weakly, casting shadows on the peeling wallpaper. This is no heroic end on a battlefield with drums and glory. This is the horrible, slow-motion death of Napoleon Bonaparte on May 5th, 1821, at age 51, after 6 years of exile that stripped him of power, dignity, health, and finally, life itself. If you're here for the drama, the mystery, the conspiracy vibes mixed with grim medical reality, this is for you. We're diving deeper than ever, the full timeline of his exile from Waterloo's shattering blow, the creeping symptoms dismissed as bilious fever, the brutal final week broken down day by day and hour by hour from eyewitness accounts by his closest companions, the controversial autopsy that sparked 2 centuries of debate, the poison theories that refuse to die despite modern forensics, and what cutting-edge science says today from 2021 bicentenary reviews and beyond. By the end, you'll decide: tragic stomach cancer like his father before him, deliberate murder by British agents or a treacherous aide, or deadly 19th century medicine that turned treatment into torture. Settle in, grab a drink, non-arsenic please, and let's unravel one of history's darkest, most debated final chapters, one that still chills historians and true crime fans alike. The story's roots trace to June 18th, 1815. Waterloo doesn't just end Napoleon's 100 Days comeback, it closes an era. The Seventh Coalition, Britain foremost with Prussia, Russia and Austria, refuses to risk another Elba escape after his 10-month flight. They banish him to St. Helena, a 47-square-mile volcanic rock in the South Atlantic, 1,200 miles from Africa's coast, 4,000 from Europe. Sheer cliffs plunge 1,000 feet into seas whipped by relentless 20 to 30-knot trade winds. Constant rain turns paths to slick mud. Royal Navy ships patrol like vultures, cannons primed. Escape is unthinkable, a natural fortress enforced by imperial might. Napoleon arrives October 16th to 17th, 1815 at Jamestown, age 46, defiant in green uniform but sensing the noose. His suite includes loyalists: Grand Marshal Bertrand, chronicler of secret notebooks; Count Montholon, chamberlain whose memoirs later stoked conspiracies; valet Louis Marchand, Egypt campaign veteran with meticulous diary; Dr. Francesco Antommarchi, Corsican physician arriving 1819 at his mother's request; secretaries, servants, and Bertrand's family. They ascend to Longwood House, a converted East India Company farm, leaky-roofed, makeshift. Walls drip humidity, black mold thrives, rats infest floors and ceilings. Air clings at 85 to 100% saturation. Napoleon dubs it the tomb prepared for me, likening it to living inside a wet sponge. Governor Sir Hudson Lowe embodies petty tyranny. Paranoid, vindictive, a career soldier without flair. He restricts riding to 12 miles, later shrinks it, censors letters obsessively, spies via servants, denies better quarters, fresh food, library access. Napoleon brands him the jailer, executioner, Hudson the assassin. Shouting matches erupt. Lowe fears French fleets or plots. Napoleon sees slow murder via neglect. Isolation is psychological. No unapproved visitors, delayed mail, censored news of France. Initially, Napoleon fights back with intellect. He dictates 2,000-plus memoir pages late into nights, recounting Italy to Russia, code civil, governance philosophy. He gardens defiantly, willows, now legendary, peaches, oaks in tricolour patterns. He walks briskly, rides. Permitted paths, plays endless chess/cards. He devours books, Caesar, Voltaire, history, science, reading aloud evenings. But the island grinds him. Damp chills bones, salted meat/weevilly biscuits/scant fruit breed, scurvy symptoms. Isolation breeds depression. "I'm rotting here," he confides to Bertrand. Symptoms emerge subtly, blamed on climate or low. 1817 to 1818, post-meal cramps, indigestion, fatigue sapping energy, dismissed as bilious attacks. By 1819, right upper abdominal stabs, daily nausea, multi-day weakness, post-vomiting. January 1819, crisis terrifies Bertrand/Montholon. Collapse feared fatal, he rallies but declines. 1820, turning point. Localized right-side stabbing, constant nausea/vomiting, night sweats, low fevers, ankle/leg edema, forcing slippers, cough, bleeding gums, constipation diarrhea swings. Weight plummets greater than 10 kilograms, robust to skeletal. Jaundice tints skin, perpetual cold despite heat. Hiccups, singultus, torment days, exhausting muscles. Doctors feud. French Antommarchi versus British. O'Meara recalled 1818 for sympathy, exposing via books, then Arnott. Treatments barbaric. Tartar emetic vomiting, purges, leech/lancet bloodletting, toxic calomel, mercury chloride. Opium, daily enemas roaring him. March 17, 1821. Bedridden permanently. Appetite gone. Tiny swallows. Biscuits, egg yolk, diluted wine, broth, vomited. April 15th. Dictates will, bequests to veterans/family/servants. Curses English oligarchy and its assassin. Wishes ashes on Seine amid loved French. Suspects poison. Slow murder, he tells Montholon. Late April nightmare. Hemorrhagic coffee ground vomit, digested ulcer blood, relentless hiccups, fever spikes, scalding baths for cramps elicit screams. Delirium hallucinates battles, oranges in Paris, military rants. Final week, May 1821, pieced from Bertrand's notebooks, Montholon's memoirs, Marchand's diary, and Antommarchi's account, the four evangelists of St. Helena. May 1st to 2nd, semi-conscious, weakening, rattling, breaths, dark blood clot vomit, non-stop hiccups jerk body, mind drifts to France/sun, May 2nd night, agitation peaks, groans, moans, endless yawns gasping air, cries my God, my God, my God. Vigil swells, Montholon, Bertrand, Marchand, Antommarchi, servants in stifling stench-filled room. May 3rd, doctors clash, British push massive 10-grain calomel purge, excessive. Marchand resists, Arnott prevails. Catastrophe perforates ulcers, profuse bleeding, writhing agony, black vomit, tarry stools, drum-tight bloat. May 4th, consciousness flickers, hollow drum sound tapping stomach, gas/fluid. Convulsions, servants catch thrashing, delirium. Tête d'armée shouts, phantom troops, pain waves, failed rise attempt collapses him. May 5th, brief rally, asks son's name/fate twice. Napoleon, where is he? Relapse, 3 to 4:30 a.m. Non-stop hiccups, stifled groans/moans/yawns, contorted face, indistinct mutters. Approximately 5:30 a.m. final fragments. Head, army. France, the army as head of the army. Josephine, speech fails. Pulse races, breaths shallow/ragged. 5:49 p.m. Silence. Napoleon gone. Grief fills room. Bertrand weeps. May 6th. Autopsy in drawing room, candlelight. Antommarchi leads. 7 British doctors observe/sign. Stomach, massive 10+ centimetre crater-like cancerous lesion-blocking pylorus. Perforated ulcers, hemorrhage, coffee ground contents, hardened nodes. Enlarged liver, chronic. Primary advanced gastric carcinoma plus bleeding ulcers, hastened by calomel. Hereditary. Father Carlo died 38 of stomach cancer. Relatives similar. Controversy erupts. Will accuses English oligarchy assassination. 1840 exhumation, body eerily preserved. Skin/features intact, no embalming. Arsenic preserves, whispers rise. 1961. Forshufud analyzes hair, arsenic 10 to 13 times normal. Books like The Murder of Napoleon claim chronic dosing. Montholon in wine. Modern debunking strong. Youth/early exile hair equally high. Environmental shields green wallpaper arsenic pigment molds. To gas and humidity, rat poisons, Fowler's tonic, dyes contaminated wine. No acute poisoning signs, heart hemorrhages absent. 2004 to 2008 Royal Society/Nature studies. Cancer primary, worsened by malnutrition/stress/treatments. 2007 Yenta, lesion greater than or equal to 10 centimeters, 4/5 stomach, malignant. 2021 Lugli bicentenary, malignant gastric neoplasia, confirmed, Mari. Medical misadventure, enemas/antimony/calomel deplete electrolytes, trigger arrhythmia atop cancer, background arsenic imbalance possible. Questions linger. Did treatments perforate ulcers/speed bleeding? Wallpaper tipping point, stress/immunity weakening cancer, Napoleon's death, visceral nightmare, marathon blood vomiting, bloating/shriveling, unstoppable hiccups, delirium merging empire dreams with despair, conqueror whispers final loves, France, Army, Josephine. Truth, hereditary cancer sealed fate, but whispers, environmental arsenic, iatrogenic malpractice, deliberate, endure due to suspicious circumstances and mythic. Status, your verdict, pure tragic cancer, deadly malpractice, or hidden murder. Drop theories below. Like if chilled, subscribe for dark history, share, bell on. Next, another legend's end. Stay tuned.